if we look at the brain science, right? Really, really high stress or shut off, dissociated. That's where we can feel the most comfortable because of the brain, not because of like we're actually comfortable, right? So having said that, okay, this is so good because then consider that. And then as someone like me comes along and says, we're going to try and establish that gray area. Okay, we know going into it that that's going to be uncomfortable because it means things like slowing down and being present. And we're not comfortable doing that. So, right, you have a lot of stress, emotion, panic around food and eating, you being whatever, you in front of me. And so when I say maybe spend 20 to 30 minutes alone with yourself every day, and someone like Nicole Sachs says, right, you have an overflowing emotional reservoir. So every day you're going to dip the ladle in and takes a little bit out. And then every day, a little bit comes out, little bit comes out, little bit comes out. What we're talking about is you're going to do a little bit at a time. You're going to do a little bit and then you're going to stop. And then you're going to do a little bit and then you're going to stop. And then you're going to do a little bit and then you're going to stop. And what we do is, this will never fucking work. I can't do it. There's way too much. There's way too much. I can't 20 minutes a day. That's it. I have an emotional reservoir that's overflowing and you want me to dip the ladle in a tiny bit every day? I need to journal all day long. You don't seem to understand. I need to be journaling all the time, every day. That's the only way it's going to work. Right? And then the idea of journaling all day, every day is so abhorrent that it becomes, this will never work. I can't journal at all. Fuck journaling. I'm going to spend 0 minutes with myself because I can't spend all the minutes with myself. And then we get nowhere because this is a demonstration of our nervous system doing what it does. All or nothing. You're going to journal every second of every day until you're no longer in pain, or you're not going to journal at all because that's where you feel safe and I'm here to keep you safe. And so that's why I think it's so important that when people are asking that question, do you feel like you have to journal every day, all day? Yes. But you know what? It's because there's a little guy inside that says, no matter what you do, it's not enough. And it's not about the journaling, and it's not about the dieting, and it's not about fucking any of it. It's not about any of that. It's about the little guy inside that got the message when you were 5 years old that no matter what you do, you're inadequate. And now it's getting in the way of you actually healing, because every time you sit down to do a little bit, it says you're not doing everything. You might as well do nothing. And it's 5 years old and you're listening to it. So when you find yourself saying, I have to journal every second of every day or I can't do any of it, watch that. Always watch that, because that's your inner child being an inner child. Just being a child. It's scared. It's overwhelmed. It wants to save you. It wants to help you. It wants to fix. It wants to protect. And it doesn't really know how. And there is some fear that a little bit every day is never going to add up to anything. And that's why it's an epidemic of fear.